Good morning. Honored guests, friends, family, faculty and staff, welcome to the class of 1996 commencement exercises. Travis Goodkind, our senior class president, will open today's ceremony.
When I was first elected class president of the senior class of 1996, I was unaware that as part of my duties, I would have to give a speech at the graduation. At the time, I wasn't worried. Graduation was a year away, and I felt I had plenty of time to prepare. This was not true. Today arrived sooner than I could ever imagine, but I suppose that's what high school is all about. Accepting a challenge, giving it your all, and hoping that everything works out for the best. These 4 years at Burlington High School are so crucial to the maturation process that we all undergo. We enter BHS as confused freshmen, unfamiliar with the new surroundings, and unsure of the direction in which we are heading. But after 4 long years of asking questions and learning, tasting sweet success and bitter disappointment, we have grown and matured into who we are today. We have advanced to the next level in life, only this time, we are not so confused. Burlington High School is a tremendous institution that has prepared each and every one of us for the future, and I feel confident that everyone has the ability to be successful in this world. So without further ado, it gives me great pleasure to congratulate my fellow classmates and ask them to join me in welcoming all family members, friends, and faculty to the 1996 Burlington High School Graduation Commencement Exercises. Thank you and good luck.
Parents, faculty, school board members, Dr. Gemolo, honored guests, friends, and classmates. Good morning. My name is Peter Miller, and I've been asked to speak on behalf of this year's graduating class. I've been here for 4 years, since September of '92, and this has been by far the most challenging assignment I've ever been given. It's robbed my sleep, racked my nerves, and plagued my mind. The reason it is such a difficult task is because so much has happened in such a short period of time. I mean, it's safe to say that these past few years have been the most dynamic years of our young lives. Is that because of high school? Yes, I think so. High school is a house of learning, and there are many subjects that we came here to learn, like math, history, language. But there are even more things that we learned just by coming here. There were some not so important things, such as certain water fountains you should never use, because chances are they'll squirt you right in the eye. Or to never put your fingers on a surface that your eyes can't see, because odds are there's a wad of gum just waiting to be discovered. But there are more important things, too, that we learned. Things that made high school a microcosm of our society. We learned, oh yes, we learned, We learned how truly important friends are and how foolish it is to make enemies. We learned how to make decisions and how to stick by them. We learned how to get away with doing what we want and to suffer the consequences when we didn't get our way. But most importantly, we learned how to learn and how to live and how to love and how to lose. We've done our best, and sometimes we've done the least. When most people talk about the future, they make it sound as if it were some mythological place that you're never going to get to. Well, the future is not just a possibility. It's inevitable, and it's full of questions. Questions in the immediate future, like how long will Peter be able to fit all his hair into that hat? And questions in the distant future, like where will we all be 10 years from today? High school has helped us find our strong points and our weaknesses, our likes and our dislikes. And as long as we bear these in mind, we are capable of anything. But after today, there is one thing we cannot be. That is high school students. So here we are, in the present, with all of the past behind us, and all of the future ahead of us, and all of our families and friends around us. Among these people that surround us, there are many parents and grandparents who graduated from high school. I am wondering how they feel as they combine the memory of their graduation with the reality of this graduating class. And I am wondering how we will feel as we watch our children and grandchildren do the same. That is, of course, assuming that high schools are still around in a couple of generations. Who knows? Only the future will tell. But I, for one, can't wait to find out. Thank you. Thank you. I would like to introduce Dr. Paul Rice. Dr. Rice was named the 14th president of St. Michael's College in 1985. As president, he has provided leadership for St. Michael's by strengthening its academic programs. During his tenure, 80% of the college's facilities were newly built or renewed, including a new academic building, library, science building, recreation center, and student residences, together with an extensive computerization of the campus. It was the strategic plan towards excellence, articulated by Dr. Rice, which guided and energized the campus community. Dr. Rice and his wife have 9 children and 15 grandchildren. Through the years, they have combined their academic interests, utilizing the perspectives of the Bible and the sociological study of the values of a contemporary society. For 35 years, Dr. Rice has been operating summer camps with a focus on the education and moral development of inner-city middle school-aged children near his hometown of Lake Placid, New York. When he retires at the end of this month, he has promised to continue his association with the college. It is with great pleasure that I present our guest speaker, Dr. Paul J. Rice.
Thank you, Peter. It's great to be in this facility for something other than basketball. But I remember it for basketball, as however many times I was here, but cheering for the opponents of BHS. Sorry to say that, but indeed my son John plays on the Rice varsity team. And so it was that I was in Patrick Gym this spring, and I observed a terrific game, but I also must tell you how much I observed a terrific BHS team. And although I didn't have really the opportunity at that time, now I have a great opportunity that I didn't know was coming to congratulate Burlington on a terrific team, a terrific championship, and a terrific community effort. Congratulations. And wait till next year. I want to thank you for the invitation to be with you today on a very special occasion. Congratulations, of course, to each member of the class of 1996. Today we focus on your individual achievement because you are graduating because of what you have done, because of the courses you have taken, the exams you have passed, and the effort that you have made. But you would be, I believe, the first to recognize that your achievement is not just an individual achievement, that there are parents and family who have contributed a great deal in your life to make this day possible. And there are faculty here at Burlington and classmates who have made it possible. In fact, there's a city, a state, and a nation that have developed an educational system that has made it possible. But I think it might be appropriate at this point to recognize particularly the parents who have contributed so much to that. And may I ask the graduates to, well, I'll put it this way. May I ask the parents of the graduates to please stand. And then this brings me to the point that this celebration today is indeed a community celebration, not just for individuals, but for the Burlington High School community and for the community of Burlington. And that concept of community is something that we might spend a couple of moments thinking about. Because community is not just a group of people. People in a theater don't represent a community. Community is an attitude, a sense of community, we sometimes say. It's a value, it's a principle, it's an identity. We use the term very easily throughout our society today, but it means something very, very important. I myself grew up in a community across the lake, Lake Placid, as was mentioned, but I spent most of my life, family life, in New York City, in a place where people would say, can't be community there, certainly not the way it is in Vermont. But indeed, we did find community there, not only with family, neighborhood, but particularly the university that I was associated with, many, many friends whom we felt identity with, and community. So you can have a community even in Manhattan Island in New York City. But coming to Vermont, one experiences community in a different way. Because Vermont, because Burlington, and as we have found at St. Michael's College, a very, very special community where people do place the community high on their list of priorities. Now, it is true that the people in Vermont don't always understand life in the big cities like New York, and I certainly found that. You know, when I was in New York, I had to commute within the city down to Manhattan from the Bronx. And you spent time on the the Cross Bronx Expressway. I don't know if anybody here has been on the Cross Bronx Expressway, but if you've been there a long time, because that's the only way you can be on the Cross Bronx Expressway. I would spend time sometimes sitting behind the wheel of my car, sitting there for a half hour, and I'd only go about a half a mile. Trucks, traffic, always trying to get across the George Washington Bridge. And I was telling people about that when I came to Vermont. I'm telling this fellow, you know, it's so nice here in Vermont that you don't have that kind of experience sitting behind your wheel and not getting anywhere. And he said, oh, no, that's not true. That can happen in Vermont, too. I said, what do you mean it happened in Vermont, that you can sit behind the wheel of your car for a half hour and only go maybe a half a mile? He said, oh, yes, that can happen in Vermont. I had a car like that once myself. And so it is that you don't always understand life in other areas. But community is important, and we know it's important, and you know it's important. I'd like to mention just 3 items which might be thought of as the basis for community. The first of those is a respect for each individual person, a respect for the dignity of each person, regardless of their gender, regardless of their age, regardless of their sexual orientation, their race, their ethnicity, regardless of whether they're a nerd. It's easy to respect one's friends, but what about those that you don't like? But you must, for each person has value and worth and dignity themselves, no matter what they do. It's hard sometimes, but it is the fundamental basis of community. And you must recognize in reverse that you yourself have value, have worth. You need to possess a self-esteem, each person for themselves. You mean something to other people, no matter what happens. And that is the basis of community. Another basis of community is the solidarity among those in a community. That a community means more than just a collection of individuals. That community needs to be present for people, needs to have a value beyond, an importance beyond each individual. And I know that you yourselves have experienced the trials, the sorrows of community, but you've also experienced the benefits of community here at Burlington High School. You know it is important. You know it has value. And a third aspect of a true, genuine community is that it is not closed in on itself, but it is open to other people. There's a lot of pressures to establish the kind of we versus they community. You're in it or you're out of it. But that's not a good community. The community at Burlington High School has been open to others. The community of Vermont has been open to others, and of our nation and our world, and how important that is. One little statistic that I think of over and over again as I look at the graduates here and think of their lives on into the next century, I can only know reasonably certain that those lives will take place on the earth. But will they be lived where on the earth? I don't know. And one little statistic, as I mentioned, which is extremely important to keep in mind, is that 94% of the people on this earth, 94% do not live in the United States. The world outside the United States, and of course outside of Vermont and outside of Burlington, is a very important world, and it will be increasingly important in your lives, no matter where on this earth you might live. We're working at this time with a World Trade Office, the board of which I'm now serving as chair, trying to encourage businesses in Vermont to take an advantage of world trade. And the study of English, how important that is. Another little statistic, there are more people studying English in China, than the entire population of the United States. the world does not end on either one side or the other of the Winooski River. And it will be important in your lives. But let me close with the thought that community does not just happen. It's created and maintained by individuals. And don't say, well, community is everybody's responsibility. Everybody doesn't do anything. You do. It's your responsibility, not everybody's responsibility, your responsibility. And so, to paraphrase President Kennedy, I can say, ask not what community means for you. Ask not what benefits community has for you, but ask what you contribute to community in the areas where you live and will live. Not whether community has failed you, but have you failed to do what you can to contribute to community? Be not takers only, but givers of community. And so as you seek, as I know you will, personal, individual achievement and success in this world in all of those ways that this world defines success, and that you will seek happiness, having experienced, as you have, the benefits of community here in Burlington and here at Burlington High School and here in the class of 1996. Having experienced those benefits, I urge you to commit yourself to respecting the dignity of each person, to committing yourselves to solidarity with your community and not just focus on individualism, but also to be open to others. Because it is through community, I am convinced, that you will find the surest path to personal satisfaction and happiness. Congratulations.
Mr. D.G. Weaver, our principal, will now present the awards.
Jeffrey Grant. Valedictorian. The student who receives the highest academic average during the 4 years of high school is designated as valedictorian. Jeffrey Grant. Lori Brown. Salutatorian. The student who receives the second highest academic average during the 4 years of high school is designated as salutatorian. Lori Brown. Lori Brown. Phoebe Demrush Williams. Micah Duncan. Kristen Gadju. Jeffrey Grant. Daniel Hagan. Nicole Marshall. Lauren McLaughlin. Mira Moriarty. Karen Ruzecki. Ellen Solomon. These students, listed alphabetically and wearing the gold braids, are the top 5% students in the class of 1996. Lori Brown. Phoebe Demarach Williams. Micah Duncan. Kristen Gadju. Jeffrey Grant. Daniel Hagan. Nicole Marshall. Lauren McLaughlin. Mira Moriarty. Karen Ruzecki. And Ellen Solomon. Lori Brown. The Mary E. Pease History Award is given by the class of 1924 to the student with the highest average for 4 years in history, Lori Brown. Phoebe Demarach Williams. The Alumni Association Award is given for outstanding work in writing, Phoebe Demarach Williams. Jeffrey Grant. The Alumni Association Award is given for excellence in English, Jeffrey Grant. Jeffrey Grant. The Alumni Association Award is given for outstanding work in science, Jeffrey Grant. David Shortsleeve. The Alumni Association Award is given for outstanding work in technology education, David Shortsleeve. Carolyn Miller Coulter. The Alumni Association Award is given for outstanding work in foreign languages, Carolyn Miller Coulter. Elizabeth Strauss. The Jean-Pierre Lascombs Award is given for outstanding work in French, Elizabeth Strauss. Suzanne Fortin. The Ruth Henderson Memorial Award is given by the class of 1948 to the student demonstrating outstanding business skills, Suzanne Fortin. Crystal Elsman. The Alumni Association Award is given for consistent performance in art, Crystal Elsman. Bei Pham. The Ruth Henderson Business Education Award is given to the student with the highest average in business education, Bei Pham. Phoebe Demarach Williams. Micah Duncan. The James H. Cook Memorial Award is given for outstanding achievement and dedication to music at BHS all 4 years. Phoebe Demarach Williams, Micah Duncan. David Callender. Amy Zabogalski. The Adrian E. Holmes Music Award is given for outstanding dedication and service to the BHS Music Department. David Callender, Amy Zabogalski. Micah Duncan. The Robert C. Levis Music Award is presented annually to an outstanding music student who is planning to continue his or her education in music, Micah Duncan.
Okay. Superintendent Gemolo. Oh, sorry about that.
Justin Pecor. The class of 1963 presents the William B. Hackett Sportsmanship Award in memory of our classmate, William B. Hackett, who gave his life on June 22, 1961, in an heroic attempt to save the life of a young friend. Bill had just completed his sophomore year here at Burlington High School. During his few years with our class, he entered wholeheartedly into sports and other school activities, and he promoted school spirit. His warm friendliness and modesty endeared him to his friends, his classmates, and the faculty. The senior boy receiving this award has exemplified as nearly as possible the qualities inherent in the character of Bill Hackett. Two of his outstanding characteristics were good sportsmanship and courage. In addition, Bill was respected for his loyalty, sincerity, fairness, and honesty. In track and football especially, his team spirit and athletic ability inspired all with whom he was associated. Congratulations, Justin Pecor.
The Elliott Rice Memorial Award, given by vote of the senior class, will now be presented by Roger Sargent, class of 1928.
The Elliott Rice Memorial Prize is awarded to the boy in the graduating class who most nearly parallels the character and achievements of our departed classmate. In all branches of schoolwork, his tactful leadership earned the respect of all those who came in contact with him. In sports, Elliott displayed a rare sportsmanship and a modesty that was inherent in his splendid character. We have a winner. And another nice young man has come into the picture, and his name is Brian Conley.
The Agnes A. Kelly Award will be presented by Kathy Roberts.
Rebecca Wertheimer. The Agnes A. Kelly Award is presented to a senior girl who has developed the inner strength of self-esteem, self-worth, and self-confidence. She is a role model, quietly making a difference, a true example of a woman's way, assured, goal-oriented, and confident about being a woman entering into society. Rebecca Wertheimer.
Kara Paluziak. Justin Pecor. The Burlington High School Booster Club Award is given to a senior male and senior female athlete whose character, dedication, and especially sportsmanship exemplify the spirit and high ideals of Burlington High School athletics. Kara Paluziak, Justin Pecor. Giles Zeno. The Effie Moore Memorial Award is given by the class of 1922 to the student who has made the most academic progress during the past 4 years by vote of the faculty. Giles Zeno. David Callender, Christina Doan, Daniel Hagan, Kara Paluziak. The Alumni Association Service Awards are given by the class of 1925 to the students who have shown outstanding service to their class and to their school by vote of the faculty. David Callender, Christina Doan, Daniel Hagan, Kara Paluziak. Brian Connolly. The Mary E. Pease Citizenship Award is given by the class of 1948 to the student who shows the qualities of good citizenship by vote of the faculty. Brian Connolly. David Callender. The Student Council Award is given to a graduating senior who has best promoted excellence at Burlington High School. David Callender. Jocelyn Moore. The Florence G. Green Teaching Award is given to a student who plans to enter the teaching profession by vote of the faculty. Jocelyn Moore. Benjamin Clark. The Ruth Spooner Burlington Education Association Scholarship is given to a student who has shown excellence in academic achievement and who shows promise in the pursuit of higher education. Benjamin Clark. Jeffrey Grant. A National Merit Finalist standing is awarded to approximately 0.5% of U.S. high school graduating seniors. Jeffrey Grant was named a National Merit Finalist in the 1996 National Merit Scholarship Program and is the recipient of a National Merit $2,000 scholarship awarded by the National Merit Scholarship Corporation. Jeffrey Grant. Jeffrey Grant, Lori Brown, Phoebe Demarche Williams. The Howard Educational Award is given to the 3 students with the highest academic averages all 4 years. Jeffrey Grant, Lori Brown, Phoebe Demarche Williams. The Barbara Gauntlet Scholars Program, upon application and selection by the Barbara Gauntlet Committee, recognizes students from Burlington High School who have earned academic averages of B- or better. These Barbara Gauntlet Scholars are eligible for 1-year scholarships to assist them with their post-secondary education. This year's Barbara Gauntlet Scholars are David Callender, Benjamin Clark, Brian Connolly, Eric Coughlin, Heather Kuchar, Jacqueline Dame, Christina Doan, Micah Duncan, Caitlin Falzone, Kristen Gadju, Nicole Goddard, Travis Goodkind, Jeffrey Grant, Daniel Hagan, Rodney Hill, Jennifer Knops, Min Lai, Nicole Marshall, Jessica Martin. Lauren McLaughlin. Vicki Mitchell. Jocelyn Moore. Mira Moriarty. Van Wynn. Colleen Polly. Kara Pelusiak. Justin Pecor. Ralph Perez. Roman Politi. Robert Rickner. Karen Ruzecki. Alexander Sergeyev. Ellen Solomon. Elizabeth Strauss. Matthew Sweeney. Michael Taginski. Tamara Tatro. Con Tron. Amy Zabogalski. These are your Barbara Gauntlet Scholars for 1996. Congratulations.
Okay. Superintendent Gemelo will now present the diplomas.
Congratulations to each and every graduate. I would also like to extend a warm wish for the joy of a productive and meaningful life, for the respect and admiration of friends, and for the love and support of family. You represent the future, and when I reflect on the talents, on the character, and on the accomplishments of the 1996 graduating class, I'm assured that our future will be bright. As you continue your journey, approach life with enthusiasm, with excitement, and with a commitment to make the world a better place. Again, congratulations as you embark upon a new beginning. Thank you.
Bradley David Anderson. Joseph Ange. Kate Gemson Ashman. Heidi Christian Augie. Gary F. Bador. Daniel Belial. Misty Nicole Bellew. Leslie Ann Benoit. Bela Ernest Bode. Paul Louis Bombard. Jennifer Alice Bouchard. Bradley A. Bouillet. Heather Marie Brace. Lori Addison Brown. Jason A. Buss. David Stetson Callender. Benji J. Clark. Stephanie Ann Clark. Ladden Dutch Klein. Christina Jean Marie Coletti. Thomas Brian Connolly. Richard A. Koss IV. Eric Christopher Coughlin. Heather Lynn Couture. Alec Langston Craig. Chastity June Kurabu. Jennifer Lynn Cushing. Marika Pirak Dalton. Jacqueline A. Dame. Phoebe Damrosh Williams. Sarah Melissa Damon. Shannon E. Dion. Christina On Doan. Micah David Duncan. Elizabeth Jane Edwards. Crystal L. Elsman. Caitlin Eliza Falzone. Elijah P. Farnsworth. Judy A. Fisher. Paula Ann Fitzpatrick. Susan M. Fortin. Jarrett A. Francis. Eric M. Freeman. Laura L. Freeman. Kristen Ann Gadju. Christine E. Garnsey. Sean T. Jervan. Catherine Elizabeth Gleason. Nicole Leanne Goddard. Travis Goodkind. Jeffrey Dean Grant. Chandra Marie Groves. Jesse Lloyd Guma. Jeffrey William Guyette. Asia Maria Hasey. Daniel Joseph Hagan. Alyssa Beth Haggerty. Sean E. Hance. Frank Harris. Elizabeth Ann Hartwick. Justin E. Hatton. Kelly Brooks Hayes. Todd M. Hebert. Christopher J. Hees. Jonah Joseph Hill. Rodney C. J. Hill, Jr. Sarah Holden. Chantel Nicole Hutchinson. Tan T. Hun. Martina Ivanachova. Melissa Ann Johnson. Todd C. Kennedy. Jarrett S. Kalinsky. Matthew T. King. Thomas Michael Nauer. Jennifer L. Knopf. Victoria Marie Cook. Evan Ricky Lacasse. Min Tae Lai. Jennifer Ann Lamson. Vanessa Jean LaRose. Molly M. Latimer. I know. Christy R. Latulip. David S. Lavery. Ben Lawrence. Michael S. LeBeau. Andre Lynn LeBlanc. Carrie Lentz. Sarah Catherine Leopold. Michael James Levin. Ryan T. Lewis. Kevin David Lozelle. Nicole Kalia Marshall. Jamie Lynn Martin. Jessica Ann Martin. Patrick McDonough. Lauren McLaughlin. Matthew S. McSweeney. Peter Hopkins Miller. Carolyn Miller Coulter. Joseph F. Mishik. Vicki Marie Mitchell. Jocelyn Emily Moore. Nathan M. Morrow. Jamie B. Morgan. Mira Kelk Moriarty. Rachel L. Moss. Stephanie Napolitano. Lynn Hugh Nguyen. Han Von Nguyen. Von Tong Nguyen. Carol Ann Nienstead. Robert M. Noble. Shane Patrick O'Connell. Brian J. O'Donnell. Calder Don O'Sullivan. Paula Jane Parker. Ryan C. Patterson. Colleen Desiree Hawley. James J. Polly. Cara Lynn Pauluziak. Justin Pecor. Ralph Anthony Perez. Joanna Colette Perron. Victoria Lee Perry. Kevin Peters. Bei Pham. Dennis James Piper. Roman Christopher Politi. Michelle P. Pratt. Peter B. Pritchard. Aldith May Pullen. Heidi Beth Ryan. Robert H. Rickner III. Dave Rivers. Jeffrey A. Robert. Karen Elizabeth Ruzecki. Larissa Lynn Savoy. Maria Margaret Schiffoliti. Alexander Anestovich Sergeyev. Ike Michael Shanks. Adriano Alexander Chaplin. Tracy Lynn Shappy. Christy Shelk. Holly M. Shelk. David R. Shortsleeve, Jr. Pebbles A. Shortsleeve. Andrew Curtis Skelton. Seth Smith. Ellen Renee Solomon. John R. St. Louis. Nicholas Larmore Stephanie. Elizabeth Darcy Strauss. Matthew Quinn Sweeney. Michael James Taginski. Rebecca Ann Taylor. Tamara Lee Tatro. Yvette Toranjo. Khan Kim Tron. Brandy Lee Tynan. Bela Valenchek. Heap Van Vo. Frederick Stewart Bowles II. Jesse S. Vooley. Laura E. Wade. Amanda Marie Wegar. Kevin Bradley Weeks. Rebecca Miriam Wertheimer. Amy Elizabeth Zabagalski. Giles Zeno.
There we go, technology. Faculty member Chris Hurd will now offer closing remarks.
Thank you, Peter. I know it's very hot, but I promise you, or at least I'm going to try to do something worthy of you holding on to your attention for a little bit longer. The most crucial component of a successful educational system is the student. I believe the reason you chose me as your faculty speaker is because the fundamental premise from which I address my teaching is an immutable trust in you as people and as students. I believe the strongest component of the concrete that makes the foundation of these buildings is a part of you. The most powerful processing capacities of the school computers comes from you. The most important ideas about human possibilities originate inside of you. And our most glorious moments as teachers are all because of you as students. I strongly believe the most valuable words at this graduation address should come from you. If the members of the graduation class will do me a favor, carefully reach under your chairs, you will find a stone. And on the surface of that stone is etched a word that you gave me, a word you thought was important and valuable. I will be walking around with a microphone, so that you can share your words with us. Please stand up one at a time when I get to you. Turn around. Please read your word. Your words and your thoughts are valuable to us. That represents everything that we have struggled for from the very beginning.
Dynamic. Grandeur.
Speak loudly.
Sunny.
Wormhole. 4.
Fun. Curiosity.
Will you take this now and pass it down?
Trust.
Turn around and face me.
Sophisticated.
Mother. Wonderful.
Illusion. Resourceful.
Courage.
Determined.
Funk.
Humorous.
Outrageous. Peace. Experiences.
Freedom.
Come on, you can do it. Put it right up there.
Yeah, do it. Be with people.
Exasperated.
Grig. Look it up in the dictionary.
Dependable. Mellifluous.
Confusing.
Living. Education.
Pass it down.
Humble. Super.
Successful. Strength. Circular. Omniscient.
Self.
Ubiquitous. Sensitivity.
Bobo.
Joyous.
Aluminum siding.
Procrastination.
Remarkable. Growth.
Enthusiastic.
Stripling.
Honest.
Ironic. Overreacting. Environment.
The unknown. Excited. Cock-a-doodle. It means cheerfulness.
Flirtatious.
Abnormal. Extraordinary. Experimental. Restless. Too steep as in tea. Impetuous. Cheerful. Frazzled.
Alert.
Deviant. Moxie. And explore.
Cry 2 tears.
Languid.
Fruity.
Colorful.
Outstanding.
Lumpy.
Long.
Unbelievable.
Pleasant.
Athletic. Gambit.
Giddy. Blaze.
Well-rounded.
No doubt.
Sarcasm.
Fun. Whacked.
Solitaire.
Dedicated.
Death-defying. Powerful. Honest.
Anxious.
Surreal.
Achievable. Confused. Curiosity. Justice. Exciting.
Old. Away.
Responsible. Eternal. Potential.
Athletic.
Nation. Dapper.
Optimistic. Level.
Purple.
Snuffleupagus.
Confused.
Independent. Persistence.
Radiant.
Lost.
Outgoing.
Chef.
Tertiary.
Phenomenal. Peculiar.
Pleased.
Question.
God.
Unsure. Creative. Smiley.
Outgoing.
Enthusiastic.
The. Harmony.
Scintillate.
Cooking.
Honor.
Ambitious. Fluctuate. Determine. Questing. Bloopy. Mom.
I have a 4-letter word. Fate. Global domination.
Curious.
Neo-fascism. Metal.
Infinite.
Tact.
Enthusiastic.
Spirit. Sleep as in not enough.
Joyous. World.
Fair.
Creative. Glowing.
Torque. Variable.
Anxious.
Innocent. And open.
Body language. Future. Amiable.
Friendship. Easygoing.
Kooky. Chicky monkey.
Enlightened.
Loyalty. Iguana.
Love. Thank God.
Thank you. As an art teacher, people are always asking me, what's the meaning of this sculpture or painting? As if the content is like a piece of candy in a wrapper. The meaning is not in the sculpture. The meaning is not in the poem. The meaning is not in the television. The meaning is not in this speech. The meaning is in you. When you take responsibility for your own education, for your own interpretation, for your own feelings, for your own desires, for your own thoughts, for your own actions, and especially your own life, then you will find your heroic freedom.